2.1.2 Project, Program and Portfolio Management Learning Objectives. This section introduces the 3 layers of management involved in delivering change to the organization. The overall strategy is set through the use of portfolio management, and that strategy is delivered using program management to ensure benefits are realized. None of this could be achieved without the delivery of each individual project using project management. By the time you have studied this section, you will have completed the following: Learning Outcome Assessment Criteria 1. Understand project management and the operating environment. 1.1 Define the term project. 1.2 State the differences between a project and business as usual. 1.3 Define the term project management. 1.4 State the key purpose of project management. 1.5 Define the terms program management and portfolio management and their relationship with project management. The term projects are unique, transient endeavors, undertaken to bring about change and achieve planned objectives. A project is usually deemed to be a success if it achieves the objectives according to its acceptance criteria, normally within an agreed time scale and budget. Project work is conducted across normal organizational functional areas, setting up a temporary organization, drawing on the skills, expertise and knowledge of the organization, as well as third parties where appropriate. Projects normally use capital expenditure to acquire, upgrade and maintain assets, services, products and capability. Projects need to take into account the ultimate requirements for decommissioning and disposal. In some settings, it is possible to find arrangements involving multiple projects running in parallel, or related to one another, to provide support or to build additional capabilities. Multiple concurrent projects may require prioritization in terms of schedule deployment, importance of primary deliverables or the availability of key resources, skills or individuals. Figure 2.1.2.1 Triple constraints of time, cost and quality. The project delivery environment is always considered to be constrained. That is, to obtain the value required from delivering the project, it has to be delivered within a certain time and for the required budget, and it must deliver the specification, quality and performance characteristics that will be sufficient for those who are going to use the output of the project to gain the benefits required. The value of these benefits must be greater than the investment required to deliver the project's output. All projects trade the triple constraints of time, cost and quality to achieve the defined scope of the project, as shown in Figure 2.1.2.1. Differences between a project and business as usual. The term business as usual, BAU, refers to an organization's normal day-to-day operations. It can also be referred to as steady state. Projects contrast with BAU in a number of ways. It is important for the success of the project that the project's unique characteristics are recognized and that the most appropriate structures, management and controls are put in place. 5 common characteristics of projects and how they differ from BAU are shown in Table 2.1.2.1. Feature projects. Business as usual. Purpose: achieve objectives, then terminate. Sustain the organization to achieve its business purpose and goals. Time scale: limited, temporary in nature, predefined start and endpoints. Ongoing, no defined endpoint. Outcome: unique product or service. Repetitive, non-unique product, service or result. People: temporary teams formed across organizational boundaries to meet project needs. May not be aligned with all organizational structure. Teams formed within organizational structure and aligned to suit functional demands. Management: dedicated manager appointed for the duration of project only, may not have direct line authority over project team. Long-term formal management, direct line authority over functional unit personnel. Table 2.1.2.1 Differences between projects and BAU. Typically, a project's objective is to deliver outputs, for example, a software solution, a building, a process or a service. The project team transitions the outputs to an internal or external client to deliver the desired outcomes and benefits. Sometimes, the project also includes the work required to deliver outcomes and benefits. In such cases, the project team leads more of the work to deliver the changes required by the client to realize the project's intended benefits. BAU, on the other hand, uses the products of the project to realize the benefits. it is unusual for projects to deliver any benefits into the organization during their deployment, unless there is some form of phased rollout, or a delivery contractor benefits, by being paid to deliver specific phases. The term project management is the application of processes, methods, skills, knowledge and experience to achieve specific project objectives for change according to the project acceptance criteria within agreed parameters. Project management has finite deliverables that are constrained to a finite time scale and budget. A key factor that distinguishes project management from just management is that it has this final deliverable in a constrained time span, unlike management, which is an ongoing process. Because of this, a project manager needs a wide range of skills, often technical skills, and certainly people management skills and good business awareness. Project managers must understand the relative priorities of time, cost and quality as important parts of the decision as to which management approach will suit best. The key purpose of project management change poses difficulties for organizations because of the complex relationships between the business environment, the organization, its people and supporting technologies. Any change in one aspect will affect one or more of the others. A structured approach to change is more likely to mean that the change is successful, and the business gains only a positive effect from the change. Approaching change in this structured way is the foundation of project management. Think of change as a project, and the best way to manage change is to use project management. Projects bring about change and enable organizations to adapt, improve and grow. Project work therefore represents intentional investment in development, enhancement and improvement. The terms program management and portfolio management and their relationship with project management programs can be defined as unique, transient, strategic endeavors undertaken to achieve beneficial change, and they incorporate a group of related projects and business, as usual steady-state activities. The distinction between projects and programs depends on the context, and the guiding criteria between them often relates to the complexity of scope and the addition of change activities. The need for significant improvement will be consistent with the organization's strategy, and programs will help to deliver elements of that strategy. Programs typically combine new deployment with some elements of business as usual. Consequently, they use capital expenditure to acquire assets, services, products and capability, alongside meeting operating expenses incurred as a result of performing normal business operations. Programs are often defined as delivering change, and would typically incorporate the full utilization of benefits to satisfy the business case. The overall measure of success is determined by the actual realization of the expected benefits, which frequently involves the use of capabilities or facilities created by the program in an ongoing, business-as-usual manner. Portfolios are used to select, prioritize and control an organization's programs and projects, in line with its strategic objectives and capacity to deliver. Their goal is to balance the implementation of change initiatives and the maintenance of business as usual, while optimizing return on investment. It would be typical for organizations to have projects that were part of a program, part of a portfolio or stand alone. The latter would be, where the project would be managed independently by the host organization of any existing program or portfolio, as shown in Figure 2.1.2.2. Figure 2.1.2.2 Projects, programs and portfolios situated to deliver strategic change. Portfolios are used to structure investments. They can be managed at an organizational or functional level, e.g. including all of the initiatives to optimize strategic benefits or operational efficiency, respectively. They address a number of major questions. Are these the projects and programs needed to deliver the strategic objectives, subject to risk, resource constraints and affordability? Is the organization delivering them effectively and efficiently? Sense are the full potential benefits from the organization's investment being realized? Portfolios are particularly concerned with the interdependencies between projects and programs in terms of no scarce or limited resources balance within the portfolio, e.g. between risks and returns alignment with the strategic intent and main priorities timing. Sense capacity bottlenecks where a number of projects need access to a scarce resource at the same time. Portfolio success relates to the soundness of the investment, and depends on the ability to address the above concerns and questions. The management of a structured portfolio involves constant review of the balance of investment and benefit, creating and closing projects and programs as required. Think about an organization you are familiar with and write down 5 features of business as usual and 5 different features of projects. Read about the world of project management. Some of the largest organizations in the world use portfolio management to enable their businesses to succeed in a rapidly changing environment. Null, if you would like to read more about this example or other real-world project examples, copies of APM's project journal can be downloaded from Prime. Example of this was an article written for APM's project journal by John McIntyre, where he explained how Silicon Valley's objectives and key results approach to strategy and portfolio management will allow projects to flex and adapt. This excerpt from John's article shows how Google tackles portfolio management. From startup Google to portfolio management. When Google was a startup, it used the Objectives and Key Results (OKRs) framework to define where it was going, to align its teams and to set itself ambitious targets. The framework has scaled with it and is still in use today. OKRs are defined at the highest level and are cascaded down. Everyone understands the vision, which is encapsulated by the objectives and measured by the associated key results. Individuals are granted the flexibility to set their own OKRs too, so that the top-down objectives are balanced with bottom-up objectives, which serve to prevent a silo mentality building up. How does this link to portfolio management? As someone with a projects background, my approach to portfolio management mirrored my approach to projects. Lock down the scope and plan, then manage risk. The portfolio plan was usually constructed as a sum of the projects that were running within it. The portfolio outcomes were derived from the benefits we expected to see from the projects. If the outcomes broadly aligned with the business plan, then all was good. We had a portfolio plan. If not, we would make changes, swapping projects out and adding initiatives in. Balancing capacity with requirement until we felt that we had it right. Originally published in Project Winter 2019. Null, the members resources area of the APM website, org project. Null.